Hi, Missy. I wasn't trying to get on your ass or anything about that. I was just, I presented that evidence as it came. Um, I showed the video first, and then someone said, "How you doing it?" So I showed you. You know, Missy, I'm sorry for all of us targets and what all of us are going through. Um, I appreciate that. Maybe if I learned one. But I don't really know any Elvis music. I just what music do I listen to? Um, I usually listen to classic rock, alternative rock. I used to be a karaoke disc jockey, so I pretty much sang all kinds of different music. But but yeah, it's fun. But I'm just here messing around. I'm bored, you know. So I don't have anything planned. I'm just California. Um, I play video games a lot, so I have several friends across the pond. Some that live in Norway, some that live in Czechoslovakia, Russia, Germany, UK, all over the place, Australia. So I have a pretty good overall global view about how people are everywhere. I have some friends from Japan, probably even China. I'm not sure what part, but just people that I've met over the years playing video games. And the reality is, everybody's pretty much the same everywhere you go. It's just that your location has to do with the overall scope of the world. Oh, shoot, that's loud. That's pretty loud. Pretty loud, and I don't want that. Damn, that's too loud. Okay, what are you doing? But I like I said, I didn't have anything planned. I'm not here to play anything special. I'm just plucking on it. I don't. I wasn't planning on talking much, but since you came in, I got no problem talking. Um, but I shouldn't smoke. I have COPD, but it isn't going to change it. It's not going to get better, and it's going to get worse anyway. Plus, I have a ruined back from a work injury several years ago, so I'm on disability. That's how I can just sit here and not do nothing. Give me plenty of time to play guitar and used to draw a lot. I don't know if you've looked at any of my earlier videos where I used to draw a lot of pictures. Anyway, that's pretty much where my targeting started on YouTube anyway. I'm sure it happened long before that over some music that I wrote. But I don't draw anymore because of it, because they'll just steal it. because I had some comic book ideas and whatever, and they got taken. And I don't have a problem saying it because they did it right here on YouTube. But I know I said I wasn't going to talk about gang stalking, but I've looked at several of your videos, and I experienced some of the same stuff you do with the general vicinity, in the general vicinity. And I've also experienced some of the same stuff you've experienced with officers in a way. Because, as you know, we report it and nothing happens. Yeah, it's a worldwide thing. And in previous videos, I've said before how they hacked into my Google accounts, were messing with my YouTube, got into my Facebook, took over a page that I created for my dead brother, and were putting stuff on it and using it as if it was their own. And like I said, you report these things and nothing happens. And as you yeah, I know nothing seems to be taken seriously. Yeah. So you just have to keep gathering evidence. I don't people are talking about how the Havana syndrome is, it's just like that happens and all of a sudden they're worried about it. I mean, I understand that because they were diplomats and the things that happened near the White House, but as we know, they can do this crap to anybody. And they're going to keep doing it until there's new laws or, like I say, new litigation and prosecution for it. But as it is right now, you can hardly even get get a lawyer to listen to you about any of it. Okay. I don't know what's going on with my amplifier, but it's acting stupid, so I'm not going to play it anymore right now. I'm trying to. It's old, and I don't have a pedal, and I haven't got money to buy a new one. Yeah. Uh, from what I gather, speaking of Havana syndrome, it's V2K and remote neural monitoring. Um, when when they first scan you for the remote neural monitoring, you get disoriented, you get nauseous, um, dizzy, you feel kind of sick for a few days because they're screwing with your nervous system. And the symptoms I experienced when they first scanned me are the same as the nausea, disorientation, bewilderment, whatever, uh, overwhelmed, hypersensitivity. But mostly with the nausea and the disorientation, the dizziness, and just the what the hell is wrong. But I'm sure you're aware the main problem is what we're just talking about here about um, the overall ignorance. The What I mean by ignorance, and I don't mean just stupidity. I mean the ignorance of it, that ignoring it. You know, um, they'd rather just write it off as you know schizophrenia, which it isn't. It has nothing to do with schizophrenia or paranoia. Um, if there's a mental illness, the mental illness is the people stalking us. Those are the ones with the mental illnesses because they're sick in the head. Yeah, sleep deprivation is part of it. And during some of the early stages of my overt targeting, I didn't sleep at all for 9 months to a year, and I mean literally zero sleep. My wife right here can attest to that. I never went to bed, like ever, for a long time. I mean, I've experienced insomnia where I'll go a couple days at a time without being able to sleep throughout my life, but this was just this was months of no sleep. Absolutely zero sleep. They still do it now. They wake me up in the morning harassing me on V2K at 4 in the morning sometimes. I'm pretty sure she probably is. But I don't really talk about that. Have a hard enough time trying to convince people what's going on with me. Yeah, I hope there is such a thing as karma, and I hope that she kicks them in the ass one of these days, because they deserve a good ass kicking. And I mean in total. Uh, with regards to how law enforcement seems to deal or not deal with the problem. Like I said, they like to just either, you know, claim you have a problem and, you know, put you in a box somewhere so they don't have to hear it anymore. Oops. Excuse me. I'll be right back. I as far as my guitar work and that goes, I write songs for myself. I don't really spend a lot of time learning other people's music. I mean, I can sit here and I can pick out somebody else's music if I want to. It's just that I'm of the opinion you're not gonna ever become anybody playing somebody else's music. Uh, as I was saying earlier, I've spent a lot of time drawing on YouTube. I was really doing that, and that's pretty much all I was doing when I first started this channel. And I was pretty much making rounds to other people's channels. You know, how you doing? Blah blah blah. Being invited in to be on their shows. And it kind of got, I don't know, pulled out from under me one time. But I really don't want to go into that. I was wanting to talk about you can look at some of the art I've done. I think I showed a video where I exhibited some of the pictures I've done, but the on the top of my channel here, the space scene with the Earth and the planets and the bright light hazing, that's a picture I painted. Also, the other picture on one of my videos, it's a swirl galaxy. It's called the Galaxy. I painted that. But I'd like to get back into doing art again, but I am not going to have anything to do with comic books unless I actually, if I do, it's going to be to finish what I started with Paladin and Dark Matter. I say Paladin, but if I do anything, um, it was on an art contest, and he was actually offered a job to actually do the artwork, and I was in disbelief. I didn't believe it, but no offense to the person whose comic book that they were talking about putting me to work on, but uh, I don't really have anything to say right now. I wasn't planning on talking about this at all anyway. But as far as the last video I just did, where I showed in real time them doing the V2K and catching them at it right here live on. Not really, because they're part of the ones doing it. Not really at all. Have no desire to be honest. When they're harassing you on V2K 24/7, you don't need to. Like right now, as I'm talking to you on YouTube, there, yada 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 all the time. But it's 24/7, so it doesn't. The most difficult part is if you're doing something, not getting distracted from what you're doing, because it's always going on no matter where you are. Yeah. Uh, I don't doubt that in a bit. Um, whether when and how they were recruited or whatever, and excuse me, you didn't have to do anything to them. They're going to make up shit that you did anyway, like they're doing with me. Yeah, they're just crappy people. I mean, the general consensus going on now with their targets is that they're terrorists. I mean, they're domestic terrorists. But since it's, as we say, it's a worldwide incident now, it's not domestic terrorists. They're just terrorists. Clandestine, world-oriented organization of syndicated criminals. Why they're doing it? Theories abound, but I'm absolutely certain it's for profit. And how they make their profit, I'm not going to speculate because I'm not knowing for sure. I have some ideas, but I mean, let's just go here. I did a video already about when I was setting out at the barbecue. I like to barbecue a lot. Every time I go out and barbecue, they get noisier with the V2K. They harass me more, talk more crap, and blah blah blah. But the whole time, 24/7, wherever whoever they're streaming their V2K jargon to, they impersonate me, my family, friends, say that I'm in the chat with them, doing, saying all this. Well, I'm not necessarily talking to anybody. I mean, when I'm thinking of something, and they use the remote neural monitoring to monitor what you think of, and then they transcribe that onto their bullshit and say that you said this to them, or it's always Scotty said this, Scotty just said that, Scotty said this to me, Scotty did this to me, blah blah blah. And it's all a lie. Everything they're doing is based in lies, so I call it the liar stream. Well, how exactly can they block the V2K 100%? Does it say? There's I watched someone that lives in your neck of the woods dehowl it, and she's making stuff using Arduino parts and stuff to make neural jammers and EMF jamming stuff. I noticed that she uses a Q-wave. If you've heard of Q-wave, I'd asked her once if it worked or not, but she didn't reply to it. But I don't know of a device that can block it 100%. Yeah. The last thing I heard from someone else that's a target, that Rydberg is creating a device or a helmet for the troops to block the targeting or the technology, and they're also creating some kind of box that can actually track it, find out where it's coming from. It is a room full of people talking all the time. You say you're not experiencing V2K right now. Well, they're just not talking to you. They're still linked to you, but they're not talking to you. They're still listening to you. If they're linked to you, they're still listening to you. Because if they have your waveform or whatever, your map, your brain mapping, whatever, you're not your auditory, not your auditory, but your nervous system map, they're not gonna toss that away. They just might not be using it on you right now. But if you're experiencing the sleep deprivation, um, are you having the weird dreams? Because they use the remote neural monitoring to manipulate your dreams. Yeah, and that's them connected to your I can't think of the words right now. To your optic nerves, the center of your brain where what you see goes in and creates pictures. That's what runs your dreams. I'm breathing. Thank you for asking. Honestly, how's your day going? Now, I was gonna just sit here and play guitar, but amplifier's acting stupid. It was making popping noises and whatever. Hi there. Uh, see, see, it's worldwide. I mean, and that's part of proof right there. I mean, uh, um, what experiences are you having with the targeting, Fatima? Just curious. I mean, you don't have to talk about it. Why do some targets receive V2K all the time? And some, I don't I don't know. Um, I, I'm of the opinion that they bombard me so hard because of the situation that started my targeting, because there's a hell of a lot of money involved. Music industry and the art industry are big money. But like like I've mentioned before, the hardest thing you're going to deal with as a target, and I'm sure you probably might agree, is finding people that comprehend and are willing to listen to you. Yeah, TI means targeted individuals, obviously. Um, with the number of people that are targeted in the world, I mean, and I'm absolutely certain there are hundreds that won't come forward. I mean, mainly because if they have looked into what's going on with them, they're like, oh, well, if I say anything, then I'm going to be branded crazy like these other guys. Well, like I say, Missy, even if you have a body of evidence, um, it's hard to get it even looked at. Obvious sign. Um, as far as I'm concerned, the obvious sign was when they started blatantly um, telling you there's nothing you can do about it. That's what I'm saying. They either don't know they're being targeted, or they do know and they don't want to talk about it, because in the onset of your targeting, they'll tell you not to talk about it. The people targeting you will tell you if you talk about it, they'll kill your family, they'll kill your friends. So a lot of people probably don't want to talk about it. Uh, I mean, they they will use your family against you. They will try to destroy your relationships. Oh, yeah, you're dealing with them poisoning your food, are you? Yeah, isolation and electronic harassment. Yeah. See, you're obviously in in the heat of it. Yeah. Fatima. I don't doubt that, Missy. I'm sorry. Sorry for your losses. Um, that, that's horrible shit right there. Huh. I'm just going to tell you I've experienced some of the same things, Missy. I'm not going to go into particulars. Sweetheart. Well, um, you can say I'm your friend. So you can't say anymore that you have no friends. Moving won't help you, Odyssey. I've said before, other targets move, it doesn't matter where you move. They're going to follow you. Uh, as far as mentioning names, I know someone named Amal who's a target, and she has a channel that she lived here in the U.S. She moved to the U.K. They followed her. She moved from the U.K. to Spain. They followed her. They followed her. Like I said, I haven't heard anything from her on her channel. I wonder if she's okay. I understand that, Missy, but it's not going to change where you move. Not going to change. I hate saying that, but um, from what I've seen, it's not going to change. They're still going to target you. They're going to follow you there. I mean, like we say, it's worldwide. It's not like you can get away from it. You got to go to the moon. You're going to go to Mars to get away from it. The only way it's ever going to get any better is if we get governments of the world to act on it and to stop it. To stop it. I, uh, why do some people get targeted? Why do people get targeted? Um, like I said before, I'm a firm believer it's for profit. Um, you said something to the wrong person. You're an activist. Um, you have some talent that they feel they can exploit. They're getting paid. Like I said before, you can Google gang stalking jobs. It's not like they're trying to hide that they're stalking people. They hire people to stalk people. I can believe that. I can believe that, Missy, because they don't like people talking about things they don't want people to talk about. Um, as far as me personally, my YouTube channel, I used to be subscribed to a lot of people, right? That had to do with the art community here on YouTube. I'm not subscribed to any of them anymore. I don't go to any of their channels. After what happened to me on the art community, I don't want nothing to do with it. Because it wasn't just a small group of people there doing it. I deactivated my Twitter because all I was getting was memes about mosquito and this and that and the other crap, and being harassed on my YouTube or my Twitter. So I deactivated that Twitter and I started a new one. I hope that does something for you, Chima. Um, I've I've reported all this crap to the FBI, other agencies, the local police about it. They deem it a conspiracy, but it isn't like they're going to do anything about it. What's the MP in the UK? What does MP stand for? Just curious. Because I know you guys call lawyers barristers. Yeah, you have different names for the same things like we have over here, like your judge not called a judge. I will admit, some of my favorite things to watch are British comedy. I like watching the Grumpy Doctor. Can't remember his name right now. What's that show? The Grumpy Doctor. Yeah, can't remember it. Um, can't remember the name of it. I can't remember the name. It's a one word name, but he's a grumpy doctor and he lives in this little village like town, and he's always an asshole. Uh, gosh, I can't. Starts with an M. Damn it. Uh, but anyway, um, okay. If you remember, Men Behaving Badly, he was the not the guy that played the guitar, always going Deborah that had the crush on Deborah. He's the other one. Can't think of it. Can't think of the name. I could look on you or on Doc Martin. Doc Martin is the show. I I find it funny. Um, like I said, I wasn't really intending to talk. I didn't have a topic, but the only thing I can say definitively is nothing is going to happen without governments actually recognizing that you know that we are not crazy and these are not voices in our head and that be quiet and that we're not joking when people are harassing us. Um, I mean, you just reinforced the worldwide view for me right there, Fatima, that you're in Kuwait and you're being targeted. Oh, that's there really are a lot of people speaking out about it. It's just that um, I think a big part of the problem is there's so many people involved in gang stalking that they squash it. They have people in key positions that squash it. Um, Half min pin, half dachshund. He's mostly miniature pincher. He's our red ridge min pin. I'll see if I can get him to come in. Hold on a second. Come here, Robert. People want to see the star of the show. Come here. Come here. Here's the star. Come here, star. Come here, Butters. Come here. Say I love you. Say I love you. I love you. I love you. Good boy. That's our little doggy. He's not angry. He sounds like that all the time. Aren't you? Not angry, are you? Huh? Huh? You're not angry. Huh? You're not angry. Are you angry? No. Yeah. What's a Staffordshire Bull Terrier? Is that um? What's that look like? I don't think I've ever seen one. To be honest, I don't think I've ever seen one. I might have to look it up. Let me look it up. I'll look for one. I'll see what it looks like. Oh, kind of like a pit bull. Kind of looks like a pit bull, huh? Um, I I have so many recordings that I haven't even presented. I've done some showed presented some of them, but there's a bunch more. I don't want to just always be you know presenting my recordings. Are they? That's unfortunate for pit bulls. I mean, because I have to I have to stress that it's not the dogs that are bad. It was their owners. I mean, I've seen a bunch of pit bulls, and most of them I see are completely super friendly and not going to hurt anyone, unless of course the owner brings them up that way. But that can be with any dog. I mean, Doberman pinchers can be real assholes if you train them to be. So can German shepherds. Not the dog's fault. Uh, I will have to stress something. There's something about gang stalkers and pets. They'll use your pets. They'll manipulate your pets. Um, I was looking at another targeted individual's page, and he was talking about how they were speaking to his dog, telling it to lick his genitals and his anus, and causing it to do stuff like that. Well, they've done that to me. You too, Odyssey. Um, Hi, JLK. How are you? Hot, huh? Wow. I don't think I've ever had 6 people in here at one time. What reminds you of the Joker? The most difficult thing I'm facing as a TI. Um, well, how it's affecting my relationship with my wife. Antifa is anti-fascists, Missy. It's a thing. It's what they call people that aren't are against fascism. And you ask what my thoughts are about Antifa. Um, I can't fault them for being anti-fascist. It's not an organized group. I'll let you that. Let you know that. It's just what they call anti-fascists, anti. They're not like other groups such as they call themselves the Proud Boys, which are an organized. I don't know. I say they're racist hate group. Thoughts about what are your thoughts about Biden? I think he's a hell of a lot better than Trump ever was. I good enough? Uh, I don't. I don't really care for Trump. No, really. Mind his business. So, I need to let my dog out again. 1 second. Oh, to be honest, I think Biden is minding his business. He's doing his job. He's trying to run the country. Is that right? What facts? I didn't hear any facts. I see an opinion. Um, there's a, but then there's the subject that opinions vary. Then I don't really have a desire to get into politics on here right now. What food, Fatima? What food are you referring to? I love Mexican food. Are you kidding me? You don't like tacos? You don't like sandwiches? I like Asian food. I'm not gonna bag no Asian food. Sorry. Hi, mommy. How you doing? Um, Now, what exactly is Mexican seafood? I mean, oh, you aren't bagging on the lobster, are you? I see I got a lobster icon there, and you're talking about lobster. Come on, you don't be liking the lobster. I don't have a problem with people praying. I don't have a problem with it whatsoever. I I'm not overly religious, but I'm not gonna bag on somebody's religion. I'm not gonna bag on somebody's sexual orientation. I'm not gonna bag on somebody's race. Not gonna do it. I'm not bagging on no vegans either. I used to go to a Seventh Day Adventist church, and they're predominantly vegan. Um, well, thank you for visiting my channel. Uh, the On the subject of your food, um, uh, I, I I have to elaborate on the subject of food. Um, some people won't eat pork. Some people won't eat seafood. Um, some people, that's all they'll eat is seafood. Some people, that's all they'll eat is vegetables. Um, as a people, in regards to food, people have to eat, and um, you have to eat what you can find, and basically what's predominant to your geographical area. You're asking because you eat eggs. Um, as far as eggs, I love eggs. Sorry, I like boiled eggs, scrambled eggs, deviled eggs, eggs. Eggs are good. Can't fault you for wanting to eat eggs. Sand fleas? What the hell? Who's eating sand fleas? Frying them or something or what? I have never heard of that. Wow. Um, I'll have to take your word for it. I'm not gonna go searching for sand flea cuisine. Somebody like Guy Fieri is making making sand flea jubilee. I I don't know. I, I don't know if rock will ever come back to the mainstream. Did it ever leave? I mean, um, 90% of music you hear is based from rock and roll. I'll have to say I've never eaten frog legs. Never had a frog leg. I'm, I guess like you just said there. When did it leave? I don't think it ever left. I mean, you have alternative rock. You have punk rock. There's so many different types of rock and roll. Country music is now blending rock and roll sound with their music today. It had never left. It's just transformed into something else. Now that's something I've never thought about. Oreos dipped in orange juice. I like orange juice. I like Oreos. Maybe. I just might. Um, I, you're gonna think this is weird. Do you like Rolos? You know the candy Rolos, the caramel and chocolate. Because I tried something that really has an interesting taste. Rolos, you know, they have the little like cup on top. Uh, I like hot sauce. I took some Cholula, which is my favorite. I put some Cholula on the top of a Rolo, which is a caramel covered, chocolate covered caramel candy, and it actually tasted pretty good. What's my opinion on heroin? Um, that it's an illegal drug. Don't do it. No, I don't. No, I don't. No firearms, no heroin. Um, but I will have to say that Afghanistan, that's their primary, that's their primary commodity for producing money. Um, where I'm at, yeah, it's legal. Weed is legal for recreational use. I can't afford weed though. When I first hurt my back pretty bad, I had a prescription. That was before it was legal for recreational use to use marijuana. I don't have a problem with people smoking weed. If you want to smoke weed, smoke weed. What's the difference? Who's smoking weed right now? You? Yeah, it's screwed up. I had I had a saw that hole saw made of steel that I used to create hole saws or coring saws that ranged anywhere from 1 inch to 40 inches in diameter and would weigh in anywhere from 10 ounces to 600 pounds. I was carrying one that was a little big for me, probably about 300 pounds, and I tried to move it to the cart, and I kind of stumbled and fell backwards, and it landed on my hip and my back and pretty much destroyed it. I can't settle that argument. Very rarely. I used to drink a lot, but not anymore. I don't drink hardly at all. The last time I had anything to drink was on my wife's birthday. That was a couple months ago. And that was I bought a 6-pack of Cayman's margaritas for her birthday. And we had margaritas over a couple days. Yeah. Well, I don't think so, but um, but thanks for the compliment. Poor tortured soul. I could sing some Kurt Cobain for you, but there's no music. Yeah, I agree with you. Butter, the preferred medium for weed. Um, I'm not so sure about the vape anymore because you can't be sure what they're putting in it. I mean, you can't be sure what they're putting in cigs, so I guess really half a dozen, cigs half a dozen, and the other whatever. Uh, so how exactly did we get on the topic of weed and cigarettes and whatnot? Yeah, I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying could have fooled me, Fatima. Fatima, is it Fatima or Fatima? How do you like it pronounced better? Fatima or Fatima? I like the first pronunciation, so I'll call you Fatima, if you don't mind. Well, cool. Great. Um, so, how, just curious, Fatima, how long have they been torturing you? Because that's what it is. It's torture. Just curious, or at least how long have you known they were torturing you? Years, months, decade? Yeah, that's about how long that that I've been 100% certain of it. The lower 3 years, going on 3.5 years. I have another question for you. Do you know who's doing it? Because I know who's doing it to me. I know the why and the who. 8 years. When did you first realize it? That question was for you, Missy. Was it 8 years ago that you realized it, or did you realize it and realize that it was before that? Because the squiggly string straightened out. Uh, yeah. I know I've been now know that I've been being targeted since around 2002, but it's only been overt for the last 3 years. Yeah, that's an uncalled for statement, Riccardi. I'm not gay, not even a little bit. But I don't have a problem with you being gay. Say you're gay. I don't care. Good for you. What you do in the bedroom is not my concern. That's something else with the color coordination and the headlights and all that. I don't really pay attention to that stuff. I know some people deal with it quite a bit. The only problem I've had as far as vehicle stalking was when someone I know in their black pickup was following me around. One time came up behind me with his headlights off and got right in my ass and went around me. was following me around town, places. But uh, I, I don't doubt that people are experiencing job mobbing, um, harassment, and mobbing in places where they go. Uh, I'll go to the grocery store and experience it there, or at Walmart, places like that. The the indirect conversations where people are talking in an aisle next to yours, and the subject is relating to you. Now, whether that is projected V2K or not, or whatever, cannot be absolutely certain, but the conversations are real, and the directing of conversation towards you is real. Well, see, that's another subject I was trying to say. That it it wanting to move, right? If you're wanting to move to get away from your targeting, I'm just telling you, you're not going to get away from it by moving. In my opinion, your best bet is to stay firm where you're at, where you're familiar with it. That's my best advice for you if you're thinking of moving, because they're not gonna let you go somewhere. They're still gonna follow you, and they're still gonna harass you. Now, see, if it's something like that, Missy, how you say you want to live near the coast and be by the sea. That's fine, but don't do it because you're being targeted. Don't do it because they want you to move, and because do it because it's something you want to do, not because of something someone else is trying to cause you to do. Because, pardon my French, fuck them. That's why. If if they don't like living next door to you, they can get the fuck out. Plain and simple as that. Get the fuck out, then. I'm not going. I ain't going fucking anywhere. Pardon my French again. Um, I have another subject to do with stalking for you. Um, this goes out to the women in here. Um, I, as a man, experienced the stalkers always trying to call me outside to fight, or to do whatever. Which I'll go outside in the middle of the night. Say, okay, well, I'm coming out. So I'm coming outside. I'm coming out onto the street. Um, You say you want to whoop my ass or whatever, you're going to bring your friends. Well, bring them, because I'm coming out here. And I'll go out there and I'll stand there and I'll smoke a cigarette. And they'll be doing the V2K, talking their bull crap. I'm like, okay, so you're not coming? I mean, I'm not going to stand outside all night. Come on, show up. Let's do this. Either I whoop your ass or you whoop my ass and we call it a day, or you can shut the fuck up. And most of the time they shut up, and then I go inside and they start again with their big whiny crybaby mouths, and I don't fall for it anymore. I don't bother with it. I mean, they can talk all that crap they want. Now I'm of the opinion, if you got an issue, my gate's right there. You can come and knock at it. You can come and knock at it, and I'll come to greet you and beat you. Yes, they do. I have neighbors that are spewing crap to other people about me in this neighborhood all the time. I know who's doing it. I know their names. I've said their names. That's something else. If you know who's doing it, you have this some subject of doxing. They've already doxed you, Missy. In fact, everybody. If you're a target, they doxed you. You're doxed. So if you got a problem saying who the assholes are that are targeting you, you need to get over it, because they're not going to stop. They want to remain anonymous. No, I'm disabled, right? I'm disabled. I have a crappy back. I walk on a cane. I don't know if you've seen the video I've talked about, but next door neighbor here, he's like 30 something, whatever, young buck, comes outside talking crap about, let's finish this. He's got a hatchet in his hand, and I'm like, okay. So I grab my cane, and I walk outside and I confront him about it. Give a fuck if you got a hatchet. Use it or get the fuck out of here. Good. Name the shit out of your perps. Here's to you for naming the shit out of your perps. Cheers. Uh, like I said, Fatima, the only way that this program, the game, the gang stalker spewage is going to end is if we have litigation, laws, and prosecution. As it is right now, it's it, you have to pull your freaking teeth to get a lawyer to even talk to you if you even plan on, say, even suing them, even if you got proof. But see, I'm not out to sue them. That's not my objective. My objective is to get them to stop doing it and to never have them do it to anyone else again, should they kill me. Exactly. The exposition. I mean, because nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition, and that's basically what this shit is. Their chief weapons are surprise. I don't even know the four, but yeah, you get my point. But wow, hour and 45 minutes I've been just sitting here talking. Well, exposure, yeah, no shit. Because uh, I know the crap they're spewing about me, like to people that I'm a murderer, I'm a rapist, I'm a thief, I'm an overall horrible, evil person. But that I'm violent and all this crap, right? Do I seem like it's my objective to be violent? Um, I don't know about you, but any red-blooded individual is gonna protect themselves. Um, I mean, somebody comes and steps into your space. Are you just gonna not fight back? No, you're not. You're not gonna just not fight back. That's exactly what I mean, Missy. I don't care about suing them. I just want them to be I want them to be reprimanded criminally. It ain't about suing them. I'm not looking for money. I I could give two shits about money. Um, they've tried to recruit me more than once. Whether the offers were real as far as monetarily, I don't care. Um, Early on in my targeting, this is funny, right? This is right. This is hilarious, right? I was dealing with trying to understand my targeting and the harassment, and they were trying to give me this bullshit that they were men in black and that I needed to try and help them. Yeah, I said it, men in black. I'm like, well, first of all, if you are the men in black, I don't want diddly squat to do with you because I don't believe in no secret agencies, you know, trying to demean and defame and degrade people that are just trying to do the right thing. But yeah, they tried to say they're the men in black, and I'm like, first thing I thought, oh bullshit. But yeah, um, they used. Now this is not bullshit. I was sitting outside when they were trying to spew at me and talking about join us. They used a little dragonfly drone, a dragonfly drone about this big, about 3 inches long, flying it over. I don't know. Can you see that wall right there? Over that concrete wall right there. They were flying it back and forth over that concrete wall right there, and saying, follow that dragonfly." I'm like, dude, I'm disabled. I'm not jumping no fucking fences. I'm not climbing no goddamn walls, following some stupid fucking dragonfly to where you're at. I said, you want to deal with me? There's my fucking gate, bitch. Sorry. Sorry about the anger and the stress, but stupid. Just stupid. Oh, well, we can't do that. We can't show ourselves. Well, then I can't help you. I'm not dealing with no secret bullshit. Why should I wear headphones? What what do I need headphones? Just curious, why should I wear headphones? Listen. Is there a significance to headphones? And what about it? For what? To listen to music or what? Well, well, see, like I said, um, even when I stick my fingers in my ears, I can still hear the V2K because they're beaming it at your head using the microwaves, and microwaves permeate through glass. They permeate through all kinds of material. They permeate directly into you. They're blasting you in your ear, your auditory nerve. That's that's another thing to do with the remote neural monitoring. Why it affects you physically. They're screwing with your nervous system with the remote neural monitoring. That's why it makes you feel ill sometimes. It's how they give you the sleep deprivation. Um, if you're experiencing the V2K, they'll wake you up. If you're asleep, they'll just start blasting you with it and wake you up. They don't like to give you respite. I'll just say that. But like I said, they're V2King me right now. I'm just ignoring their bullshit, talking to you. They're watching this right now. They've even been commenting on what you people are saying. I'm not gonna elaborate what they're saying because nothing they ever say is worth a shit. Yeah, it's going on. Yeah, you're see, they're remote neural monitoring you, Missy. If you're getting the the simulated tinnitus and the sleep deprivation, you and the dreams, you are being remote neural monitored. They're watching what you're doing. They're listening to everything you think, everything you say, everything you do. Tell them. They're just not persecuting you with the V2K apparently at this time. That's why I asked you if you're having uh, the dream manipulation. And the way you can discern the difference between an actual dream and what they're doing is, as far as the dream state or REM state goes, your dream state, generally you don't remember your dreams, right? Well, remote neural monitoring implanted images and dreams are vivid, and you can still see them when you're awake and remember them, because where they put them in the part of your brain that is in your memory, which I think is the homunculus. That's all I'm telling you. They're remote neural monitoring you. If you're experiencing those things that you just said to me, they're remote neural monitoring you. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I'm not trying to stress you out. I'm just telling you. You're being remote neural monitored. And it isn't going to help to be scared. So don't be afraid. You're a strong person. I know that. Don't be afraid. Your country doesn't have to own satellites. There's so many satellites out there. There's satellites from all over being above you, Fatima. They're not necessarily yours or your country's. Um, I wasn't trying to perturb you right there, Missy. I'm just letting you know you're experiencing the dreams and the sleep deprivation and the simulated tinnitus. They're zapping you. That's all there is to it. They're zapping you. They're watching you. Okay? They're watching you. Not a damn thing you can do about it either. Worrying about it isn't going to change it. As I say, the only thing that's going to change it is if we get the powers that be to do something about it. Yes. Yeah. As I'm watching television, as I'm watching a movie on YouTube or whatever I'm looking at, if I look at some fine girls behind, they comment on it. If I'm looking at television, they comment on the movie or whatever I'm watching. They even try to pull some stupid stuff on their stream saying, "Oh, that's what Scotty's doing right now. That's Scotty doing that," because I'm looking at something. I'll stress this again. Watch the Edward Snowden interview. He talks about remote neural monitoring. He speaks about NSA doing it. Now, these people aren't NSA. Gang stalkers are not the ABC agencies. They're fucking criminals that got a hold of this technology and are using it for clandestine means. The reason I say that is because the ABC agencies aren't aren't going to try and frame innocent people for shit they didn't do. They're not going to target people and try and make up shit about them that they didn't do. They have enough people actually doing crime that they don't have to invent the shit. These are criminals. Now, I'm not saying that the ABC agencies aren't capable of doing that, but they don't have a need to create fictitious crimes, as far as I'm, in my opinion. There's enough, they got enough people actually committing crimes that they don't have to invent them like these people do. The way I see it is the gang stalkers are criminals trying to project their bad behavior on innocent people to give them out, a way out of it so that you get blamed for the shit they did. That I, I tend to agree with what you just said there about they might be ashamed that that this technology is so rampant now that they can't do shit about it. Kind of like aliens. You talk about UFOs, right? Well, the problem they have with those is because none of the weapons or vehicles we have can touch them. So they don't want to admit they exist for fear of panic. That's part of what I think is to deal with gang stalking. They know it's so damn rampant. There's so many people, so many criminals doing it. They can't control it, so they don't want to recognize it because that kind of takes power away from them with the people. That the people will feel you can't protect us anymore, and they're not going to admit that ever. I don't care if you found an found a flying saucer in your back fucking yard and brought them to it. They're not going to admit it. Oh, we can't protect you from this. They're not going to admit that shit. They're not going to do it. Not going to do it. But this isn't about aliens. This isn't about voices from God. Not, I'm not going to entertain that. No. This is not voice. This is not the voice of God. They call V2K the voice of God. Ain't no damn God talking to you. Some crazy shit like these people are talking to you. These are just shitty people. Screw them with good people. It's not aliens. Now, as far as the opinion that they're evil and they're demons, I got no problem with that. They're evil people. They're evil. Evil is all hell. That's a given. Um, you know, Fatima, I hope you're correct. Um, But I have to say that the only way it's going to be stopped is if people like you, people like me, never stop trying to, speak up about it. I was watching narcology, person that has a program on YouTube about narcissism and narcology, and the undertones are about gang stalking, whether he calls it gang stalking or not. You as a target will notice one day how your circle of friends starts disappearing, or uh, the people you know are all of a sudden speaking ill of you or whatever. That's because these sick sons of bitches are, defaming you, slandering you everywhere they can, to everyone they can. Their their goal is to isolate you, so once you're isolated, they can, do and say whatever they want about you. Um, as I commented on his channel, I said that when during the early phases of my overt targeting, where I knew it was going on, and they were first accosting me with the V2K and the remote neural monitoring heavily. Um, and I realized who was doing it, and I started talking about the people doing it to me. They're like, "Oh, don't ever say anything about Ian again, or so and so again," and that was the scope of it. Or we'll kill you, and this and the other shit. And I'm like, that's not going to happen. You're messing with the wrong guy here, because I'm not gonna listen to your crap. I'm gonna do what I have to do to protect me and mine. Period. That's what they do. That's what they try to do. Um, they try to make you look like you're a schizo. That's their general thing. And almost every other targeted individual site I've looked at, there's someone like Chief Handler that comes in there talking about you're on drugs, or other assholes in there saying, "Oh, it's called schizophrenia. You're paranoid. You're Looney Tunes." Get the hell out of here with that. Bye. This ain't no joke. Not a video game. But they'll they'll impersonate your family and your friends. I'm telling you that right now because I know, because they've done it and I've caught them at it. They cloned my sister's Facebook, and I actually called my sister about it. I said, "Did you create another Facebook?" And she said, "No, it's not me." I said, "Well, I reported it." And like I said, I created a memorial page for my brother who's been dead for a long time, and I caught the person taking it over, adding people from my friends list He added my birth date to it. They did. He, she, I know it's a he, but um, attached their phone number to it, and were adding friends off of my friends list on it, which I didn't do. They were playing a video game called Mercenaries at War, which I've never played, and I damn sure wouldn't link it to that page because I started that page and it was clean. There was no information, no nothing, just his name, and I created the page that was blank. And I went and looked at it, and there's all this shit on it. So I told Facebook, and I'm kind of perturbed because they didn't do shit about it. Yeah, they'll do that, and uh, I'm pretty much saying I guarantee they've done it to more than one person, you know. I I don't know where or what name they're using, but I'm pretty sure they cloned my Facebook. I'm pretty sure they've cloned my YouTube channel using another name. Probably copying all the stuff I say and everything onto it. Same with my Facebook. I'm absolutely certain they've cloned it using another name or a similar name. I wouldn't be surprised if they've done the same to you. The reason I say that is because over the scope of all targets, all the people that are being targeted, the plot is the same. Their script is generally the same, but they will cater certain aspects of it to you personally. The rhetoric's the same. The the schemes are the same. They'll steal your credit cards, your SSI, your medical records, your identity, all that crap. They will use somehow. I don't know how they what they what, what they get out of it, but I'm just saying. Over the scope of every target, if you're a target, you need to make sure your ID ain't fucked up, your credit ain't fucked up somehow. You need to make sure because I'm just saying they screw with everything. I don't doubt that a bit. That they've copied all of everything I've done and manipulate it some other place. I mean, on B2K, they're always talking about how they've got, how my artwork is. Ian's always saying my artwork's his, or whichever one, Ian, Michael. I don't care which one anymore. They're all the same. They're, they're, to me, in my opinion, different, maybe different people, but they're all doing the same shit. I mean, they impersonate me. I'm absolutely certain of that. They impersonate my wife. They impersonate friends of mine, my family. I'm sure of it. If what I'm saying here, what what I'm saying here to you right now, they're streaming it on whatever the hell they're doing and manipulating it as something else in real time right now as someone with someone else pretending to be me. They're always pretending to be me. Always. That I know because they're doing it. They do it all the time. Where they're doing it, I can't speculate. I don't know, but the importance is that they're doing it. And if you're a target, I'd put every penny on the fact that they're doing it to you too. They have all your information. That's what I'm trying to say to you, Missy. If you're on remote neural monitoring, they know all your information. They know your history. They know everything that you know that you look at, that you think, that you say. And I'm serious about it. I can sit here and not say a freaking word to you, but what I'm thinking, they can hear it. I proved that on here. I was sitting here not doing anything, and I used this piece of crap RCA tablet to record me sitting here, right? And I don't remember which video. You can look at it, but I basically proved that they were looking through my eyes at my YouTube screen I was looking at and talking about. What? That's something else I'm dealing with. She gets mad every time I'm talking about this. So, that being said, she's aggravated, I can tell, because she's slamming stuff around because she's mad at me for talking about it. Whatever. But I'm going to say 2 hours and 17 minutes is long enough and end this stream. So I appreciate you coming, and as a target, protect yourself. And don't be deterred, and don't be afraid of them. All right. And don't do what they want. But I'm going to call it a day with this. Have a good day, and thanks for coming.